Archie.
And I am Muskan, and today we are going to watch Can USA survive a full-scale invasion? And I think so. This is a big question and kind of impossible. It just feels impossible. I don't think so. It's possible.
Exactly, because we have seen in the previous video, and I have a very accurate idea about US now, the power it holds, the armory it has. I absolutely don't think that USA, if they are attacked, they will be let down. They are absolutely going to win. So let's see what happens next. So let's get into this video.
Can America survive a full-scale invasion? In 250 years, no army has ever conquered the United States. Not one. The British tried, but failed. Japan bombed Hawaii and lost an empire. Every superpower since has looked at the map and realized the same thing. Invading America isn't war, it's suicide. But here's the question nobody ever asks. What if it actually happened? What if everything collapsed and America had to survive on its own? Could the US survive a full-scale invasion?
Yeah.
Not on screens, but in reality. And what would that war actually look like?
Yeah. The last time America
It almost
was
never happens,
invaded.
but it has. The British did it in 1814. They burned Washington, D.C., the White House, the Capitol. The president ran. That's the only time in history a foreign army held the U.S. Capitol. Later, in 1916, Pancho Villa's men raided New Mexico, killed Americans, then vanished back across the border. Lastly, in 1942, Japan took two small frozen islands in Alaska. When the U.S. finally retook them, the terrain killed almost as many men as the enemy did. And that's it. No one has ever conquered the mainland. Because America is a nightmare to invade.
Yes. The
Nightmare.
walls of
Look
water.
at the map. Two oceans, the Atlantic and the Pacific.
Pacific
They're not
Ocean.
just water, they're walls. The
Yes.
Pacific alone is 5,000 miles wide, a moving wall of storms, currents, and emptiness. Even superpowers choke on that distance. That's why Hitler never tried. That's why Japan only hit Hawaii. It's too far, too hard, too costly.
Pearl Harbor
During
attack.
World War II, when the US tried the reverse, invading across the Pacific, it took 3 years, tens of thousands of ships, and entire floating cities of fuel. That's how impossible a trans-ocean invasion really
It is difficult.
Even modern militaries know the math. A single carrier group burns millions of gallons of fuel per
Yes.
week. Crossing
That's
5,000 miles means weeks of exposure to satellites and subs. But say someone somehow made it. Beyond those oceans waits a land built like a fortress. Not by generals, but by geology.
Geology, yes.
Yeah. Coastline.
Imagine an enemy fleet finally reaching the Pacific Northwest. They'd expect beaches, but they'd find cliffs. The Olympic Peninsula rises almost straight out of the ocean. No flat land, no easy landing zones. Storms slam the coast like
tough to
artillery.
enter into
Rain
that.
never stops. Some places get 12 feet a year. That's not
geological
weather,
is so
that's
accurate.
war. The coastline itself fights back. Sharp rock, hidden coves, shifting sandbars. That's why sailors called it the graveyard of the Pacific. Over 2,000 ships have vanished here,
Graveyard of
nearly one for
Pacific.
every 3 miles of shore. Even today, the Columbia River Bar is so dangerous that pilots need a special license to cross it, and they still lose ships. One wrong swell, one gust too strong,
And they are gone.
Behind that chaos lies another barrier, the coastal range. It's not tall, but it's close enough to the sea to trap clouds and crush dreams. Even the lighthouses, built to outlast centuries, have had to be rebuilt inland as the ocean eats the shore. So before invaders ever see a city, they'd be fighting rain, mud, and
Land,
gravity.
rain,
And
water.
beyond that, they'd
Yeah.
meet a land that punishes armies long after the storm ends.
Chapter 4.
Suppose they somehow land. Now comes the real enemy, the continent itself. Deserts, mountains, swamps, snow. Every mile different, every region
Yeah.
hostile. The Rockies slice the
Different
West in
climate
half.
everywhere.
The Mississippi floods its plains. The Appalachians twist the
Appalachians,
East
they
into
are very
endless
mountains,
ridges.
yeah.
Each barrier splits armies and burns fuel. Even U.S. convoys need weeks to cross in peace. In
Wow.
war, it'd be hopeless. The Great Plains look flat, but they're open exposure, nowhere to hide from drones or jets. The deserts kill engines with heat. The winters break them with ice. Nature doesn't just slow invaders, it starves them. No refuel points, no factories, no friendly locals. Every state line becomes another front, and that's before you count the 330 million people already living here,
Living there.
most of them
Yeah.
armed.
fact that
Here's
most
something
of
no
them are
invader
armed.
wants to hear. America has more guns than people. 390 million
wow.
firearms. 120 for every 100 citizens.
guns
That's
than
not an
people.
army. That's 50 million potential militias. From Maine to Montana, from Texas to Alaska, every home could be a stronghold. There are 15 million licensed hunters, more than most nations' militaries. That's why the
Wow.
Japanese Admiral Yamamoto supposedly said, "We could never invade America. Behind
Never,
every blade of
never.
grass is a gun." Even if the US military fell back, the population wouldn't. They know their
population
terrain.
wouldn't.
They stock ammo like winter food. It would become the largest guerrilla war in human history. Afghanistan bled superpowers dry with a few 100,000 rifles. America would fight with hundreds of millions. But even getting close enough to test
They
that
have
is
so
almost
many
impossible
weapons.
because the sky sees everything.
Sky, the
Jets.
jets.
An invasion needs secrecy. But secrecy died decades ago. Satellites track every ship, every plane,
Yes.
every thermal
Yeah.
signature. Drones hover for days. Radar blankets both oceans. In 1991, US satellites spotted tanks hiding under sand. Today they can read license plates from orbit. A fleet
Wow.
crossing the Pacific would be a glowing trail of metal, detected weeks before launch. And when spotted, it would be met by carriers, submarines, and bombers long before
Yeah.
reaching Hawaii. You can't sneak an invasion across a planet covered
Wow.
in sensors. So instead of sneaking,
dare to think
enemies
about
look
it.
for a shortcut to break America from within before anyone lands.
Cyber and chaos.
If anyone ever hopes to invade,
Technology.
they'll start digitally. Cyber attacks,
They are on
kill
top,
the grid,
always.
crash the stock market, scramble GPS and air traffic systems.
Yes, they will.
One EMP blast and cars stall, planes drop, power dies.
Exactly.
Suddenly, 21st century America turns 19th.
19th century.
Then comes disinformation, fake news, fake outrage, fake enemies. Turn neighbors into rivals. Distract the country while you move your pieces. That's the new invasion plan. Because dividing 330 million minds is easier than crossing 5,000
5,000
miles of
miles.
ocean.
That's
And if
true.
that fails, the only cards left are doomsday ones. Weapons meant to end
Doomsday.
everything, not win anything.
No, please.
Doomsday
That's
doesn't
not
Bioweapons, viruses, anthrax, plague, fire that
Oh.
erases cities in minutes.
These
But
all
conquer
are the
what
viruses.
after that? A wasteland? Even using them is suicide. America's second strike arsenal guarantees mutual extinction. If the mainland burns, the attacker burns with it. So instead, enemies posture, threats, missiles, parades. None of it crosses those oceans, because they know what waits. The largest, most battle-tested military in history,
history.
backed by
Yeah.
land that kills invaders faster than soldiers can.
Why?
No one dares
Russia?
anymore.
They can't even hold Ukraine. China?
Yeah.
Huge army, but
Yeah,
no
no
combat
combat.
since 1979. Meanwhile, America has fought for a century, from Europe to the Pacific, from deserts to jungles. Every war refined logistics, tech, and command. The Navy sails 11 carriers. The rest of the world combined has half that. The Air Force can strike anywhere on Earth in hours. Every US state has a National Guard unit that knows every bridge, every back road. Even if someone landed troops, reinforcements would fly in from Guam, Japan, Germany, within a day. Borders? Allies. Oceans?
Wow.
Shields.
Shields.
People? Armed. Tech?
Wow.
Watching.
Fully protected.
That's why no one tries. Because the only thing that could ever conquer America is America itself.
It's sad,
Division,
yeah.
hatred, civil war. Lincoln warned it.
That's a
If
big
destruction be
lesson.
our lot, we must be its author and
And
finisher.
finisher.
If America ever falls, it won't be to tanks or ships.
It will
It'll
be
be
to
to
own
arguments,
people.
algorithms, and echo chambers. So, could a foreign power even invade the US?
No.
They could
No
try,
way.
but it would be the bloodiest gamble in history. Oceans would swallow fleets. Airstrikes would torch convoys. Civilians would fight in the streets. Maybe a city burns. Maybe a port falls. But conquer the whole country?
No.
Never.
No.
Because the oceans defend it, the land protects it, the people,
People are
arm
armed.
it, and the technology guards
Guards
it.
it.
The only invasion that could ever work is the one that starts within.
In this video, everything was on point because the geography even supports it. Be it lands, be it waters, US is protected from everyone. And even I was very impressed by the fact that the people, the civilians are so together in unity that they are also armed. Because if anybody tries to even enter, no, be it army, the people will not leave them.
Yeah, I think so. It's impossible to enter, and also this video was very informative and
Yeah.
well explained. And initially, I used to think that Russia or China, because they are also superpowers, they have amazing armies and they have amazing. China has amazing technologies, and Russia has amazing weapons. They might attack on America, but after watching this, my doubts are totally clear that nobody can dare to touch America.
Exactly, and also the thing that only thing that can destroy America is it itself.
Yeah, the
Because
people.
there, as in the video we saw, there are 330 million peoples, and what if they are just against each other, and what if they are just enemies of each other? Only this is the thing that can destroy US. Be it no other country, nothing in the world can destroy US. So let me know, guys, what do you think? So do like, share, and subscribe. Bye.